Matrix transposes are a neat tool for understanding the structure of matrices. Features you might already know about matrices, such as squareness and symmetry, affect the transposition results in obvious ways. Transposition also serves purposes when expressing vectors as matrices, or taking the products of vectors. If you're dealing with complex matrices, the closely related concept of a conjugate transpose will help you through many problems. So, we are going to watch about the how to transpose a matrix.
Method 1. Transposing a matrix. First is start with any matrix.
You can transpose any matrix, regardless of how many rows and columns it has. Square matrices, with an equal number of rows and columns, are most commonly transposed, so we'll use a simple square matrix as an example. Matrix equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Step 2. Turn the first row of the matrix into the first column of its transpose. Rewrite row 1 of the matrix as a column. Transpose of matrix A equals A, first column of A, 123.
Step 3. Repeat for the remaining rows.
The second row of the original matrix becomes the second column of its transpose. Repeat this pattern until you have turned every row into a column. Equals 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9.
Step 4. Practice on a non-square matrix.
The transposition is exactly the same for a non-square matrix. You rewrite the first row as the first column, the second row as the second column, and so forth. Here's an example with color coding to show you where the elements end up. Matrix equals 4, 7, 2, 1, 3, 9, 8, 6. Matrix equals 4, 3, 7, 9, 2, 8, 1, 6.
Finally, express the transposition mathematically.
The concept is pretty simple, but it's good to be able to describe it in mathematics. No jargon is required beyond basic matrix notation. If matrix B is an mxn matrix, m rows and n columns, the transposed matrix B is an nxm matrix, n rows and m columns. For each element bxy, xth row, yth column, in B, the matrix B has an equal element at byx, yth row, xth column.
Method 2. Special cases. First is M equals M.
The transpose of a transpose is the original matrix. This is pretty intuitive, since all you're doing is switching the rows and columns. If you switch them again, you're back where you started.
Step 2. Flip square matrices over the main diagonal.
In a square matrix, transposition flips the matrix over the main diagonal. In other words, the elements in a diagonal line from element A11 to the bottom right corner will remain the same. Each other elements will move across the diagonal and end up at the same distance from the diagonal. On the opposite side. If you can't visualize this, draw a 4x4 matrix on a piece of paper. Now fold is over the main diagonal. See how elements A14 and A41 touch? They trade places in the transpose, as does each other pair that touches when folded.
Finally, transpose a symmetric matrix.
A symmetric matrix is symmetric across the main diagonal. If we use the flip or fold description above, we can immediately see that nothing changes. All the element pairs that trade places were already identical. In fact, this is the standard way to define a symmetric matrix. If matrix A equals A, then matrix A is symmetric.
Method 3. Conjugate transpose of a complex matrix. First is start with a complex matrix.
Complex matrices have elements with a real and imaginary component. While you can take an ordinary transpose of these matrices, most practical calculations involve the conjugate transpose instead. Matrix C equals 2 plus I3 to 2 I0 plus I5 plus 0I.
Step 2. Take the complex conjugate.
The complex conjugate changes the sign of the imaginary components, without altering the real components. Perform this operation for all elements of the matrix. Complex conjugate of C equals 2I3 plus 2I0 I5 to 0I.
Finally, transpose the results.
Take an ordinary transposition of the result. The matrix you end up with is the conjugate transpose of the original matrix. Conjugate transpose of C equals 2 I0 I3 plus 2 I5 to 0I.
We hope it is useful to you. Please subscribe to our channel to upskill yourself.